My name is David Coley from the plastic piling company in JETFilters Europe. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now, if you're watching this video, most likely you may have a concern over an existing earth retaining structure, such as a seawall, a retaining wall, a riverbank. Or you may have just moved into a property and that property has one of these structures, or you're looking to build a structure and you're looking to maximize the most from your investment. Well, hopefully throughout this presentation we'll show you some fantastic products that will achieve that for you. Now, if I don't answer your specific questions entirely, you can contact me directly by telephone, email, or through our social media streams. Now, as you may be aware, our social media streams splits according to the product ranges that we offer, as we have a very unique product portfolio. The equipment will go through the Hamman branding, and this includes small EMS series vibrators, handheld equipment, and piling manuals. Plastic sheet piling, of which we have probably the most comprehensive range in the UK, is used for flood defence structures, control structures, earth retaining structures basically, so water exclusion, water control, and soil retention. And of course, the purpose of this presentation, JETFilters Europe. Now, the JETFilters, they are a maintainable weep hole filter, and as we'll cover through, they're available in a variety of sizes and materials. Now, what's the importance of drainage and erosion control when looking at earth retaining structures? All structures such as a retaining wall, a riverbank, a seawall, even bridge abutments are supporting a load in terms of the soil behind them. Water behind that load, or water behind that wall rather, can increase the load on that wall and cause possible failure. The best way of thinking about hydrostatic pressure is to think about how heavy something gets when it's wet. So imagine a cloth or something, or a sponge, nice and light, get it soaked with water, it's a lot heavier. The same as with the soil behind the structure. Now, your earth retaining structure, if it's not properly designed to withstand that high loading, will fail. And you may already have a situation where one has failed. So this product range will cover retaining walls, bank stabilisation, seawalls, bridge abutments and bulkheads. All need proper drainage to prevent overloading. Now, you may notice in a lot of these structures they have an opening called a weep hole. And in this particular example here, it's what we call an open weep hole. And this is merely to relieve the water pressure, the hydrostatic pressure from behind the wall of the structure. Unfortunately, an open weep hole can lead to erosion of soil from behind the structure. It can become filled with soil. And as a result, you can get erosion from behind the structure, as valuable backfill moves from the rear of the structure through the hole in the front. And this can result in instability, and also in certain situations, sinkholes. An example here is the Washington Memorial Bridge, which had quite a substantial sinkhole appear on the actual highway. And what they actually found out is there was an issue with drainage in the structure of the bridge. Underneath the bridge, you can see the drainage trench is filled with soil. All that valuable backfill material has come through the weep hole, this open weep hole. So all the soil from behind the bridge is coming through and out through the drainage. As a result, that sinkhole occurred because there was no soil supporting the carriageway. So it's not only important to have a weep hole to relieve the pressure of the water and to allow water through a structure, it's very important to consider proper erosion control. Okay, so what can we do about that? Well, the purpose of the presentation is to introduce you to a new range of products called JETFilters. These are a maintainable weep hole filter, so they'll allow water to come through, but they will stop the soil. And the key to the phrase is maintainable. The system comprises two principal components. You have a flush-mounted housing, as shown here, and a cartridge. Now, the cartridge contains a geotextile, which is a Marafi weave. The Marafi weave is designed to have or resist clogging and to allow maximal flow. This structure, or this system, can be added to the front of a structure. It can be added to a new structure. It can be retrofitted. More importantly, you can take the cartridge out and you can clean it or replace it. And that gives you this maintainability, which is very important. Now, the benefits for you, there are a choice of sizes, as from the example that we're showing throughout the slides and also here. There are the 2.5 inch, which are available in ABS plastic. We have marine grade steel, and we also have stainless steel now. There's the 4 inch for larger size weep holes, and the 6 inch for larger weep holes on that, for instance, in major construction such as bridge abutments. With the plastic, we have a choice of colours. So you can have the light grey, a dark grey, a brown and a sand colour. So we can blend better within the environment. And as we stated, because you can maintain it, you maximise the lifespan of its functionality and your earth retaining structure, which protects your investment. Now we have a great opportunity to talk to the inventor of the product range, Mr. David Gentry, and we're really excited to actually have this opportunity. And we'll be asking him a few questions pertaining to this very exciting product range. And we hope you enjoy as much as we will. Well, thank you, David, for joining us today. It's a real privilege to speak with you.
Thank you, David. I appreciate everything you do for us.
No problem. Well, I've done a presentation so far in terms of the JETFilter. What I'd like to do is I've got a few questions for you. Hopefully you can answer them for my audience. The first question I've got for you is, why did you come up with the idea of the JETFilter?
Well, as a marine contractor, I was concerned with the filter media behind a concrete seawall for repair. I could not trust the opening rate of the media for long-term flowability. I knew that there had been a better solution for a proper weep hole by installing the drainage system through the front of the structure instead of excavating the soil material behind to replace the potential clogged filter fabric, and that was in 1996.
Okay, so leading on from that, how does it compare to alternatives or to the lack of a weep hole?
Well, earth retaining structure with no weep holes for drainage will create lateral earth pressure, causing wall movement or failure. The water pressure load has nowhere to go from the backside of the wall, causing seams and panel separation, creating erosion and sinkhole problems. Loss of soil material is devastating to a structure designed for its stability. Stress on the anchor tiebacks that hold the wall in place could be in question.
Okay, that's great. Now, moving on to the design, how does the conical shape of the housing and the cage, the cartridge, influence the performance?
Well, it's more drainage and, or coverage area inside the wall structure or foundation, acts as a wick design into the soil or core of the weep hole.
Okay. Now, throughout this presentation, I've discussed how these products can be retrofitted. How important was it for you to develop a product that could be retrofitted?
Well, it's very important. It saves time and money. Easy to install from the front with no soil excavation needed. A practical way for dewatering by removing the filter cartridge for cleaning to ensure water pressure relief from the water side of the wall to maximize its lifespan.
Okay. Now, in the presentation, I've discussed how there are 3 sizes. Why did you pick those sizes?
Well, the 2.5, 4 inch, and the 6 inch diameter is mostly because it's a normal specified requirement for earth retaining wall structures by design here in the States.
Okay. Now, out of those sizes, which is your biggest seller?
The 2.5 inch diameter ABS UV protected units for vinyl sheet piling. They're very economical and easy to install, lightweight for shipping. But our 4 inch diameter 3/16 high grade stainless steel units are rapidly being produced for demand. Large structures such as steel sheet piling, concrete seawalls, bridge abutments require a larger dewatering system for more coverage area, media coverage area inside the removable filter cartridge.
Okay. Now, obviously, the introduction of the stainless steel filters was a big innovation in the last year. Do you have any new developments?
Yes, sir. We created a deflection valve. Over the past few years, the question's been asked if we produce a one-way or a check valve for wave energy and storm surge. Also, more recently, other interests have been to stop rodents and grass clippings from entering through weep holes on outlet drains of the shoulders and embankments of highways and interstates.
Okay. What are the elements of the design that make it a useful addition to the range?
The deflection valve, basically it's a wave energy design where we're trying to reduce the water from the front to the back side of the wall. Most importantly, there is an area underneath that deflection valve that we have where it's going to continue to relieve pressure off behind the wall. I couldn't have liability of a weep hole shutting down and holding water from behind the structure.
And they can be retrofitted to existing weep holes?
Oh, absolutely. Any existing 4-inch diameter jet filter unit out there on wall structures, this deflection valve is easy to attach to on the front of the filter cartridge.
Do you envisage having the deflector valve for other sizes of cartridges as well, the 2.5-inch and the 6-inch?
No, sir. 4-inch unit basically is where I started with that, and I think that's all we're going to need on those. It's for large structures. Like I said, it's a piece that anybody that has concerns with wave surge and storm surge that go onto the front of the wall. We still need the flowability of the weep hole, and the 4-inch diameter. This piece fits perfectly that we've designed to attach to the front of the units.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, David. Thank you.
That's great. Now, for David's brilliant explanation, let's just summarize the key benefits of the jet filter system. They've been designed uniquely to allow water drainage, but without erosion. Because of that, they will extend the life of your investment, be this a seawall, a bridge abutment, a retaining wall, a riverbank. Without proper drainage and without proper erosion control, those very expensive structures can be compromised. Unlike traditional methods, such as a geotextile behind the retaining structure or the earth retaining structure, these products can be maintained so they do not lose their efficiency. If they become clogged, you can take out the cartridge and clean, or if necessary, replace. And they're generically suitable for a whole host of different structures in 3 sizes, 2.5-inch, 4-inch and 6-inch, to suit your existing weep hole sizes, and they can be retrofitted and fitted to new structures. Hopefully today we've answered all your questions on the jet filters and how they can benefit you and your earth retaining structures. If not, please contact me either by phone, email, or through our social media streams, where we have access on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Thank you again for your time.